Gross.
No!
Injustice. Boom.
Do it like a normal human being. Welcome to Gross Injustice.
Tyga recently posted some videos, or there's some videos that came out of him partying with Scott Disick in Cannes.
I am fascinated by this.
He is dripping in what looked to be like fancy jewels, diamonds encrusted and so forth.
He also talked about the watch that he had that was likely worth a few $100,000.
He may be wearing hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? On his person, dancing in a club with Scott Disick.
In Cannes, spending a fortune. He's got one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life on his arm. He is oozing money and oozing wealth.
So this got us thinking. We cover a lot of stories. You know, Tyga's in the news for a lot of reasons, but one of which is he gets sued. He gets sued over not paying his rent. Whether these allegations are true, these cases are all pending, we don't know. But he's sued for back rent for his businesses, for some of his residences, and he owes money. He owes money potentially to these people. He's responded to some of them and said,
many tens of thousands of dollars in rent that he just hasn't paid over the years.
So that got us thinking.
But one other point I want to address is Tyga is very famous now because he dated Kylie Jenner. Tyga, as a musical artist, was not very famous. He had one song that reached a modicum of fame.
Oh, and everyone loves Raq City.
Yeah.
But it's a long time ago.
But it's a long time ago, and since then, he really hasn't had much in the way of musical success, and everybody knows that one hit does not wealth make because the first hit is always repayment to record labels and everything else. So
he mostly trades on being in a relationship with Kylie Jenner,
which is now
Black
over.
China, and that both are over.
Both are over.
Black China now with Rob, Kylie now
he also
with maybe
child support obligations to Black China,
That's
I believe. And so, how is this guy who's allegedly not paying rent on a number of different both office and residential spaces, who hasn't really had a successful career in a long time, whose fame is completely tangential or derivative of Kardashian fame, dripping in hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry?
It got us thinking. It got us thinking because some of these are maybe going to be reduced to judgments. He's going to either hire lawyers or is he going to get default judgments against him? What will be their remedies? If he's got all these diamonds on him, they can say, I want to enforce my judgment. I want to repossess your diamond necklace. I want to sell it to make myself whole for the rent you owe me.
Yeah.
Now, this got us also thinking.
The 50 Cent phenomenon.
The 50 Cent phenomenon. So we did a story about 50 Cent while he was in bankruptcy, posting videos of stacks of cash, spelling out the word broke, and other shenanigans, spending lots of money at the strip club. So we were thinking, is it a facade?
Well, but then when challenged, when 50 Cent was challenged by the bankruptcy court, like, hey, you have all this money, you haven't declared this to the bankruptcy court as you're required to do. He said it's actually just fake money. It's prop money. I don't have this. It's part of me maintaining the facade of being a rapper, which is what I need to do to continue my career.
So could Tyga do the same thing and say, look, I've got an image to upkeep.
Yeah.
I'm a fancy. I roll with the Kardashians. I roll with Scott Disick. I have to drape mype. But it's all costume jewelry.
It's all costume jewelry.
It's all costume jewelry.
It's plastic stuff from the costume store.
Maybe we got a bunch of cubic zircs.
Yeah.
Just dripping off of them. And it's $10 worth of jewelry.
Kylie McClintock says he probably rents that stuff.
Maybe.
Maybe he does, but renting that kind of jewelry, first of all, I can't imagine what it would cost because the risk of loss or theft is enormous when it comes to that.
The risk of him not giving it back. Someone is worried about paying their phone bill.
Phyllis Escobar, we're all worried about paying our phone bill.
Phyllis, I worry about it perhaps too much.
Yeah. Do accountants handle that? I don't know. I don't know what sort of level of accounting staff that Tyga has.
I don't know, but it would be interesting if he raises the 50 Cent defense. Because that would actually hurt his image. I think 50 Cent will probably survive this, but it definitely does some damage.
I think
when you're a poser, that's a big hit.
Have often, let me just go down this little rabbit hole. I've often thought about the first conversation with 50 Cent and his lawyers. These lawyers come to him and say, hey, 50, the courts and the bankruptcy trustees, they want that money that you were in this video about. And he goes, man, that was fake money. He says to his lawyers, fake money. And the lawyers say, we've got to put that in court papers that was fake money. And 50 Cent says, you can't do that. That'll ruin me. And they say, you've got two choices. Number one, your entire life is about to be turned upside down. You're going to get all sorts of people coming in and opening up your finances in a way you've never had before.
You can go to jail if you defraud the bankruptcy court. Lenny Dykstra went and served some time. So
absolutely go to jail. You're risking jail time because they're going to put you to it to prove it, or you can just say it was my fake stuff. And I can imagine it took Fitty weeks to finally come to grips with the fact that he had to disclose to the world that he doesn't have this stuff.
Remember, can he recover? 50 Cent ran to the strip club days after that and started spending real money at the strip club. So he's in the process of rehabilitating it, but I think he can recover. And maybe Tyga can as well. So I go cubic zirc.
So, final question.
Yeah.
Tyga supposedly moved on. There's a new girl by his side. I think her name is Demi Rose.
Yes.
Good.
And Demi Rose.
So my question is, who'd you rather, Demi Rose or Kylie Jenner?
I have an answer. Kylie Jenner is a poor man's Demi Rose, okay?
Whoa.
Because this woman is sensational. I found her to be perfection. She looks like she walked out of a magazine.
Derek, you ignorant slut. Kylie Jenner is not only spectacular, she is incredibly wealthy.
That is true.
She comes from a family that prints money. She comes from a wholesome, nurturing environment. I think that
she's a very balanced individual.
Yes, I think that
but there
she
have been
is the prize
few pictures
catch.
out there of Kylie not done up as Kardashian, Jenner, Kylie that have been less than impressive.
Have you ever seen Debbie Rose without her makeup on?
Demi Rose. I thought
Demi Rose?
For some reason, I think of Debbie Rose.
Yeah.
I was like, I've seen her without makeup, and
Sharon just put up on the screen. You guys can't see it. A photo of Demi Rose.
Look, this woman.
And
this
I gotta
woman
tell
to me
you,
is sensational.
I might be the ignorant slut in this whole thing, but she is pretty unbelievable.
I love you fell on this sword.
I know.
I know. We both are falling on our swords.